Coming up on this episode of Outlook TV, Connie Smudge goes to Wiggle.
Skylar Bear brings us Dodgeball.
Angus Prott goes to the Coronation Ball.
And a whole lot more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Dan Doomshaw. This is the show that brings you the queer stories from coast to coast that matter the most.
And we're going to start, as we always do, with our favorite, Connie Smudge.
I love starting with Connie Smudge.
I do too. We should finish with her and put her all throughout. Oh, hold on. Nothing. Then there'd be no room for us.
We sent Connie to Vancouver's annual Wiggle party, where she got avant-garde with her headwear.
Oh, hi, kittens. It's your intrepid reporter, the unstoppable Connie Smudge, here at Wiggle 19 at Fortune in Chinatown, Vancouver. Oh, my goodness, the House of Venus have pulled together the most creative, the most spectacular, the most dramatic, fabulous people of Vancouver. Anything to do with fabulous hair, we've got it. Oh, my gosh, I think I better get back downstage and introduce you to some more people. Let's go.
Well, there are so many creativities. There are just so many wonderful submissions from so many salons and artists and queens, and a really good big cavalcade of glamour, really, of different variety, which Wiggle is, variety.
I gotta get a little shot with this one. Girl, can I interrupt you? Oh my God, girl! Ladies and gentlemen, it's Vancouver's own Tracy Bell. Hi, girl.
Hi, girl.
Tell me, year after year, Tracy Bell, tell me what brings you back to the fabulous Wiggle?
You and all the creativity, and Michael Venus and Anthony Crossfield, and absolutely all the wonderful, gorgeous, hot models, and beautiful, beautiful girls with beautiful, beautiful hairdos, and artsy, craftsy. Every single human being that attends this is fabulous.
Girl, how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you, Miss Smudge?
I'm exceptional. Look at the camera and tell people who you are.
I'm Bloody Betty.
And she does a messy, messy
but
show.
I'm more Milky Betty this evening. I didn't bring any blood with me.
Oh, well, Milky's good.
Milk and Vaseline.
Oh, Danny Barnes, Vancouver's own. How are you, girl?
Hello, darling.
You are so busy. I hate taking all your time, but my goodness, have you really put it on this evening?
Oh, darling.
I saw you in rehearsal earlier. You were on point in several ways.
Yes, doing for the first time in about 5 years, so a tiny bit nervous.
Really excited for you, girl. You've got, how many people are you dancing?
There's 6 of us. I'm dancing with Musai, performance, moving entertainment group. Very excited to have them with me tonight.
Very good. Well,
Yes.
keep on working. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but you're doing marvelous work. Go,
House
girl.
of Barnes. Thanks, darling.
Thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Put it up for the cast.
Thanks for that story. Now on to sports and our reporter, Skylar Bear. We sent him to investigate some queer dodgeball that's been happening, and he was seeing double rainbows when he hit that court.
He was seeing double rainbows, but he certainly wasn't wearing double rainbows. Gray shorts, regular gray shorts. Disappointing.
In Outlook TV Sports, we're being hit by a ton of balls with a double rainbow dodgeball league.
Last summer, Corey and I decided to start a whole kind of all-gender, queer and trans-positive league just to create more sports in Vancouver.
I mean, the whole idea is we want to create a fun space where people can let out some steam, you know, in the middle of the week and get goofy and laugh and yeah, wear costumes. It's awesome. It's neat to be able to create that space where anyone of all gender can come and have fun, right? And where you know it's a safe and positive space for you just to be yourself, and that's celebrated.
And you've got to love these team names.
Spandextrous, Height and Bright, Double Roji Biv,
Banana Hammock,
Friends
of Dorothy, Dykes Dodge Balls,
the Dodgy Gay Gays,
Dodge Ballers.
Tuesday nights are always a ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun and it's growing, and more teams, more fun, you know? It's starting to get more competitive, actually, which is kind of fun, yeah. Step it up a few notches, yeah.
It's almost like we all get here early because we really want to be here to cheer on the team beforehand and warm up a little bit, but also catch up with each other.
Our team's been together for 3 years, give or take a few players, so that's really awesome. So we hang out outside of dodgeball sometimes, but it's nice to meet people throughout in other ways. Like there's a bunch of people you see around, and now you see them in a different setting, and so it's a lot of fun.
I've been playing sports since I was a kid, and I coach now. I coach a high school girls basketball team, and being part of a team has always been really important to me, being a leader, but also being a part of that team aspect, and I think that relates to everything in your life. But then on top of that, all the learnings that you get just from being on a team, having it be queer-focused and inclusive, is bringing together two things that I love, which is athleticism and sport, but more importantly, to be a part of that sense of community and to really support each other.
Did you win?
We won.
You won? Awesome. Yay, winning! You've got a logo. There's a unicorn on your shirt.
It is indeed a unicorn, yes.
Yes. Yeah. What does the unicorn symbolize?
Gay things.
The league? Yeah. The league? Gay things and the league. What better? How better can you represent dodgeball than that, right? None of you are hurt, are you? None of you were hit too hard or anything?
No. Hit by Lindsay.
Oh, okay.
Or Dot in the face. Yeah. It happens.
As much fun as I've had reporting on dodgeball, I'd rather just put down the microphone and start playing. For more information, you can go to doublerainbowdodgeball.ca.
For our next story, we travel east to Toronto, where Jake meets with a filmmaker.
It's true, he meets with Charlie David about his documentary, Positive Youth.
Positive Youth is an exciting documentary because it features Jesse Brown from Vancouver.
And you would really like to go on a date with him, wouldn't you?
I know Jesse Brown, yeah. I evaded that question.
Sorta.
This is Jake. I'm here in Toronto at the home of Charlie David, actor, writer, director, and producer, to sit down and talk about his latest documentary, Positive Youth. Come on.
I guess with Positive Youth, I was having a conversation with Logo Network in the States, and they're kind of saying, what type of things would you be interested in doing? And the topic of HIV and youth came up, and I was scared, actually, of the topic, because it was something that I didn't know that I knew enough about to do a documentary. But looking at some of the statistics, I thought, you know what, this is probably something that does need to be addressed.
Think you know what being positive looks like? Think again. The face of HIV is the human face.
Before anything happens between the two of us, if anything does even happen, if we're going in that direction, I just want to let you know something up front. I'm HIV positive.
But why specifically youth and not older generation, or why did you focus on youth?
Well, at this point, looking at statistics, we have a dramatic rise in new HIV transmission in young people. So I wondered, okay, why is there this dramatic rise today, and what can we do about it? And there's a lot of blame that's often placed on educators or on parents. Why aren't you talking to your kids about safe sex in school or at home? And I thought, you know what, maybe where we'll get the best answers is going directly to the youth themselves and asking them, where are we missing the boat?
Facing fears.
Am I going to die?
HIV equals AIDS and AIDS equals death. That's the paradigm that still exists.
With treatment, you can live a long and healthy life, but it's the stigma that you face on the dating scene, with family, with friends, at the workplace, etc. And so finding young people who are willing to put a face to the illness was a difficult task. And so it started just by reaching out to different organizations. I started with YouthCo in Vancouver, which is an organization that reaches out to HIV positive youth, and found Jesse Brown, one of our first subjects there, and he had just moved into the position of co-executive director, which was kind of interesting because I wanted to also find young people who were aspirational, to show that, you know, this isn't This isn't game over.
The whole stigma of HIV is really the stigma of sexuality, the stigma of difference, the stigma of socioeconomic status.
So what did you see in terms of relationships, and how, was that something you did on purpose, or did that just come about?
Well, I think that is the one dynamic that makes us human, is our relationships and how we relate to each other as friends, as lovers, as family members. I felt like I really lucked out with Rakia and Keisha because they were such a beautiful example of a loving family. And Owen, the little boy who's in the film, and there was so much love there. It was palpable. And there was a few times when I had to walk out of the room from the interview because I was tearing up.
My loneliness is really eating me alive.
Being in a relationship where I'm positive and he's negative kind of complicates things.
So for youth watching your documentary, Positive Youth, or any generation, what is the most important take-home message that you hope to get across?
I think number one, if you're negative, we want you to stay negative. So protect yourself. Wear a condom. Just do it. Practice safe sex. Okay. And secondly, if you're positive, this is not game over. You can live a long and healthy life working with your doctor on treatment, and so you can get married, you can have a family, you can have kids, you can have that dream career. All those things are still accessible to you.
It's not going to stop me from doing what I want and how I want to live.
There's a lot of great people out there, a lot of really understanding, loving people.
There's no point of acting like life is over. It's still beginning. I'm only 24.
We're going to have to take a little break now because somebody's a little hot and bothered because of all of that Jesse action.
I am not hot and bothered.
No.
We'll be right back. What are you talking about?
Welcome back to Outlook TV.
Our next story brings us to the Emperor and Empress of Vancouver. The Dogwood Monarchist Society held their famous ball. So who should we send?
Angus Pratt.
He's looking for a glass slipper.
I put on a pretty dress because nobody was listening to me as a man. So the more bling you wear, the more, everybody paid attention, and that's how it all started here. I crowned my first empress in Vancouver here 41 years ago.
Can you tell us what you're doing here?
Tonight's my 40-year walk, and 40 years ago, in 1973, I became Empress of Vancouver, the second Empress of Vancouver.
Give us just a few highlights of your 40-year reign.
Well, in the first decade, I assisted getting the Dogwood Monarchist Society registered in the province of British Columbia. In the second decade, we started our fight with AIDS, and we were also fighting to get a lot more rights for gay people. In my third decade, I helped Ted introduce a number of new courts in Canada. And in my fourth decade, I assisted the Empress of Canada with the foundation that he's begun.
Give us a couple of words about your involvement in the coronation.
We're the Imperial Colour Guard to the Empire of Canada, Ted North's court, as well as the Dogwood Monarchist Society, who invited us to carry the flags tonight and be present during the anthems. And we're also the Colour Guard for the Rhinestone Phoenix Charity Foundation and the Greater Vancouver Native Cultural Society.
Celebrity bartenders at the Shooter Bar will be none other than...
Tell us a little bit about your background and your relationship.
When I first became involved with the Imperial Court system, I had the pleasure of meeting Jackie, who at the time was half empress to my best friend Justine Time, and we forged a friendship. The spelling of my name used to be Joanie. So on the eve of my step down as empress, Jackie proclaimed that I was her daughter, and it changed the spelling of my name, but not the name itself.
Got news for you. You better listen. So get ready, all you
court system for many, many years. Could you give us a little bit of background?
I went to Reno as a dancer in a show, was standing at a bar one night, and this kid said to me, "I'm the Empress of Reno." So I looked over to my best friend at the time and said, he just said, he's the Empress of Reno, because we were from the East Coast and there was nothing there. And my friend said to me, let him be anything he wants to be. We're only here for 8 weeks. So though we stayed for 4 months, he got me involved in the court. And that was in 1975.
Emperor 41T, Empress 41 Coco.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt in Vancouver.
Our next story comes from Gareth C.J. Wee.
He looks into a leadership initiative aimed at young gay men called Totally Outright. Gareth?
Totally Outright is a leadership program for young queer men.
It's approximately 40 hours. The greater part of it is lectures, workshops, and seminars given by community experts and leaders who volunteer their time to give presentations and workshops in their area.
What can participants expect to get from this program?
Well, they can expect to build upon the skills they already have and learn some new skills along the way. So some of the skills that we teach in our program include assertiveness training, the art of flirtation, learning how to meet new guys in different settings, social settings. With the group project, they will work on their presentation skills and their team building skills. As well, they will do outreach work, which might be news to people, and that's another skill that is always necessary. As well, it's an opportunity to meet other guys from different backgrounds who they might have not met otherwise, and an opportunity to make new friends along the way.
What if a person was interested in attending the program, but does not exactly want to come out?
We have guys from all sorts of different backgrounds who are in all sorts of different stages of coming out who participate in the Totally Outright program, and we do make an effort to make sure that their confidentiality is respected. And so in the application, when we ask for their phone number, we also ask them if it's okay to leave a message at that number.
And everyone agrees to keep everything that's said in the group confidential, and no one has to say anything they don't want to share about themselves, and everything that is said in group stays within the group.
A few months of doing that,
the participants get a lot out of the program.
I've learned so much here, and just meeting everybody, it's a good way to get connection in the community, kind of.
The best way I can describe it is with 3 words. I'd be it's been fun, it's been informative, and it's been super friendly.
I think it doesn't matter if you've come out, if you haven't come out. I think just being involved in these workshops will benefit you so much. It's benefited me so much. Just to learn about the community and the health issues. And not only that, but maybe you're going to learn something that will help you later in life, or that you never even knew about. I mean, I would encourage you to not only come here, but apply right away. Apply for next year.
I'd recommend this to anybody. This is a great program.
Definitely recommend to somebody else.
What's the best way to get in touch with you or to find more information?
You can go to HIM's website, so www.checkhimout.ca/totallyoutright, or you could email us at totallyoutright@checkhimout.ca.
For Outlook TV in Vancouver, this is Gareth C.J. Wee.
So, Mr. Top and Bottom, I understand you have a new home.
Oh, the Tops and Bottoms Improv Show. Yes, the queer improv show that I'm part of. Thank you, Rebecca. Our newest reporter to Outlook TV, Guy Dubé, brings us to the Tops and Bottoms relaunch. And boy, I was very excited in this interview, but I don't know if you're going to recognize me.
Bonjour tout le monde, this is Guy Dubé, and I am your new reporter for Outlook TV. And we're here in beautiful downtown Vancouver on Granville Island, and we're here to see Tops and Bottoms, the queer improv show, and their relaunch. They're stepping out, so let's go in and check it out. Come on.
Oh my, you remind me of a Venetian goddess. Ooh.
Canada's first professional queer improv troupe, the Bobbers, created by David C. Jones, started Tops and Bottoms back in 2006. They performed in Vancouver's West End bars for many years and went on hiatus since October 2012. Now they're back for their 11th season, taking the big stage of Vancouver's Improv Center on Granville Island.
So David, Tell me how you feel. You're in theater sports, your old alma mater.
No, it's pretty thrilling to be back in this. Well, not in this building. This is a new building for theater sports, the Improv Center, and what a thrill to have a.
I think someone's filming this.
Yeah, no, it's just pretend.
David?
Yeah.
I'm on the poster twice, and I'm not cast for the first show.
You'll have to talk to the show manager.
You cast people like Sarah Dawn.
Show manager. What's happened is I create the show, but then I don't necessarily run the day-to-day machinations of the show. So that happens.
That was a little awkward. So what happens with the whole bobber dramas? There must be
tons of bobber drama. A huge drinking problem among the bobbers.
And Dave keeps going in the washroom.
Yeah, and a lot of action happening in the bathroom. Yeah, there's a lot of action happening in the bathroom.
Oh, look, there's the host of tonight, Miss Mandy Lifeboat. What do you think of Mandy Lifeboat, actually? I know she has a fan.
Hello, David.
Oh, Mandy, we're great tonight.
Oh, you're a saint. Literally, he's a saint.
It's a new thing.
True, he is. And
we're going to be here for as long as we can. What?
That was a guy.
Oh, gross. Oh, God. We're going to be here. It's probably all smeared now. We're going to be here every Monday for as long as we can. I think it's great that this little show that left the bars on Davie Street, and we loved being there, but it's neat that we're bringing, just like the East Side queer events, that are apocalyptic and stuff like that, we're moving out. We're moving out, and we're down here on the island, and so I'm thrilled that this little idea that I had has grown into this phenomenon.
So you can check out the insanity of the Tops and Bottoms show every Monday night on Granville Island at the Improv Center at 7 p.m. And for more details, check out queerarts.ca. This is Gibbs on Granville Island, reporting for Outlook TV. Kiss, kiss.
Rebecca, what does a huge wave do when it hits the shore?
It breaks.
And so shall we. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
We've come a long way in HIV awareness and HIV testing. In fact, at Winter Pride this year, there was a van inside the Winter Pride event.
It's true. You could take a test right then and there, and you could know on the go. Know on the Go is a partnership between VCH and YouthCo. The project is gaining great momentum.
Myself and Jeffrey Ford, who's a nurse at VCH, we did a bit of research about successful HIV testing projects, and a few of them in the States were these mobile ones where we were able to reach people who might not normally go to a regular clinic setting. And so we decided to bring that model up to Canada and try it out through the STOP project through VCH, and we got some funding, and here we are.
So if I was going to have the test, how would it run?
You would approach the van, we would show you how simple it is. We have two tests that we do for HIV. It is a 60-second rapid test, and the other one is a blood draw, which you'll get your result within a week. So you don't have to find out right away if you'd want to wait and call in or have us contact you.
You're a portable clinic. How can people find you?
We have a Facebook, which we are getting a lot of followers on, so we do message where our locations are going to be. You can go to the YouthCo website at youthco.org, and you can also see the Know the Go project and places we're going to be on there. We have online profiles, so on Grindr and Scruff and Guy Spy, where you can see the location we're at and message us, and we can actually come to you.
For Outlook TV, this is Rebecca Wyman in Whistler.
Our next story brings us to the world of music.
Laura Shaw got to interview Kaitami in a rather unusual venue.
You don't usually hear a violin in a bar, but at the Red Room, things were a little bit different for this interview.
Fly Girl Productions hosted a special edition of their popular nightclub event, Hershey, which included a live performance by Kaitami.
Mandy and Lee booked me for an event at Canvas a few years ago. It was a rockin' party and a lot of fun, and then I did another event for them that was outdoors by the Queen Elizabeth Theatre, and again, like, rocking party.
So what music is influencing you right now? What can we expect from you in the future?
I just always keep my ears open. You know, I like going out to shows and sometimes even just sitting in the tour truck. Some lyrics, I might just be jamming out ideas. I take everything to the extreme. There's no genre that's really safe for me.
You're a classically trained musician. How were you encouraged to branch out into the more radical styles?
I wasn't encouraged to branch out into other styles. What happened to me is that I had to quit classical, and I started going to parties and getting into other styles of music, and it sort of just came around. I had this idea that I wanted to mix at the time with hip-hop, and I saw a few bands that really influenced me. One was Breakestra out of LA, and another one, Ronnie Size Represent Tour. So I just started experimenting, and I wasn't very confident at first, but it's kind of come to me over the years, and I've got to play with some awesome bands.
To find out where you can see Kaitami next, check out her website, kaitami.ca. For Outlook TV in Vancouver, this is Laura Shaw.
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode.
But not to worry, we'll be back next month with a whole new slew of queer stories.
In the meantime, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or volunteer with us.
That's right. We're always looking for new folks to join our team or new ideas for stories that we can cover.
And Vancouver Pride is also looking for volunteers, so check out their website for the opportunities there.
That's right. A big Pride coming up this summer, and we will definitely be there. For Outlook TV, I'm Dan Doomshaw.
And I'm Rebecca Wyman. Thanks for joining us.
Stay classy, Canada.